Hi and welcome to Game Creation, and hopefully in the end of this video, if all goes right, we'll be able to lay blocks and see the blocks being laid. We've got a bit of catching up to do a little bit at the start of this video because I didn't quite finish yesterday getting the horizontal tiles like that you shouldn't be able to go right into a tile or left into a tile because the video is getting a bit long. I want to keep these as short as possible. And so we're going to get started straight away. Let's get started. So we got up to here yesterday, and we just didn't update this. So we just need to check the collisions in case there's ones in here as well. And I think they use the same ones. It's just we don't want them to create a new block when this is done. We just want it to stop. So that's why we're checking this event first. Because if it's activated by a left and right, we want it to do something different. But the problem is that it won't know whether it's done. So it won't know that it's a left and right unless the old X and the new X, or unless the old Y and the new Y are the same. Wow. Okay, so we need to insert one. This is more complicated than I thought it was going to be. And we just need to compare the old triple values. So main Y is equal to old main Y. I have no idea whether this works, but basically we're going to compare that the old main Y and the new main Y are equal, which means that the block hasn't moved down, which is where we need the new tetromino to form. So we need it to lay at the bottom and create at the top. If the old and new main Y are the same, if the old main Y and the main Y are the same, it means it hasn't moved down, so we don't need to check the down condition, if that makes at all any sense. Hopefully it does. We shall see. Okay, so if I lay this here, if I start stacking these a little bit, and hopefully this will work, because I've really mucked this up. If this doesn't work, and then probably need to go back to the drawing board, which you do a lot in coding. And the problem is that when you watch tutorials and stuff, the people make you feel like so stupid because they get it right first time. But what you don't see is the hours and hours of testing that they've had to do. And they will have spent a long time. Right, I don't like this long block, so I'm just going to lay this. And for the next one, if it's not a long block, I'm going to try. There we are. So I'm going to try pressing right. Perfect. Oh, that absolutely works. Okay, cool. I hope you managed to see that. It'll be easier when we do the next thing, which is actually creating these graphics. Brilliant. Right. Now these are going to be absolutely crammed events, and I avoid this normally with my coding because what the heck does this mean? It kind of makes sense to me though. So what we want to do now is actually visually show the array, which is kind of the point of this video. So what we want to do is create another one of each of these blocks. So we're going to create a main block. We'll bung it up here somewhere because we're going to then reposition it. So we're going to set the position to the main X and the main Y. Okay. So select X coordinate, which is going to be the main X. I think it's 80. I can consult my post-it note. Where's my trusty post-it note? Yeah, it's 80. So 80 plus, and I think that the blocks of 40, so 40 times that. Okay, and let's just copy that, because we will then set the y coordinate to the same, but this time y. Okay, we'll just do that one, see if it works, because if it doesn't work, there's no point doing it for the other three. And this is another thing about testing, always make sure you test it with one before you bother coding. So that, okay, so that hasn't worked, which is interesting. I wonder if it's because we're moving it. That's why there's actually multiple ones under here. Let's have a look and check the actives, because there's probably, see, they do exist. It's just I think we're repositioning them there. So what we need to do, unfortunately, which I don't really want to do, is create a second one of each of these to represent the board ones, or we can set an alterable value. And is it better to set alterable values to these? I wonder. Because what I can do is I can just set the alterable value. Actually, let's delete that, so I can do it in code. So at the start, I can just set the alterable value to -1 to the x for each of these. And then whenever I've got a condition based on these, like this one here, I just replace this and I say if the alterable value of x is equal to -1. That's one way I could achieve it. And so I know that these starting ones are all -1. And then what I do is when I create them here, I set the alterable value to something other than -1. And I'd need to do, I don't know whether it'll work for all 4 of them. Let's give it a go. Because what you don't want to do is create loads and loads of multiple graphics, because that's just going to be a real pain. And we're going to set the alterable x, because we will need to change these later on. When you remove a block, we'll need to move these down. So I'm going to set the alterable x to main x. I'm going to set the alterable y as well, so that we can keep track of this. We want it main y. So it's a bit of a pain, but let's have a look and see if this works. Because this should work, maybe. Let's see whether this works. No, it doesn't. So it has been created, I'm sure. Yeah, so it has been created. Let's see where the position is. Yeah, it's going, oh, it's there. That one's there. That's really odd. Seems to be working after. Why is it working after? So that one will appear at the end. That's really weird. I think it's because I've deactivated the group, haven't I? Yeah. Now that one's not showing up at all. Is it because I've deactivated the group? Oh, I've activated that group and I've activated that group. Maybe? See if that works. Because I really don't want to be creating another graphic for this. Really, I only want one graphic, but I might need to go back to that. It's just going to create that block now when this hits the bottom. don't quite understand why it's doing that. Okay. Let's create a new block, because that's going to be easier. So main 2, and this is going to be other 2, which I don't want. So let's rename these main board. Put board at the end of each of these. Other board 1. Other board 2 without the... Yeah, and the fun is going to be where I insert the extra graphics. I'm going to have to go through each of these. Oh well, for the long one. For the long one. Okay, so let's get rid of all of that. And let's get rid of putting multiple values on them. Sometimes you just need to do things the hard way. Okay, so create, edit. We want to create, hang on, we can't edit. We need to just create, and it's going to be main board. Put that there. And then we're just going to do that. This probably won't work now. It'll probably do exactly the same thing as the other one did. But we can hope. We can hope. Come on. Come on. It's doing the same thing. It's doing the same thing. So it wasn't that. And if I do it over here, this one never gets formed. Unless it's just going too far down. Should I be doing it on the old? Maybe I should be doing it on the old Y, because if this is formed, that's Y. It should be on the old Y. No, because these are updated here. That should work. Why doesn't that work? All of them are put back to their original values here. And I'm setting the position here. Let's have a think. Okay, thinking time over. I'm an idiot. Obviously, the Y offset's not 80. See, I was doing so well. And my new way of doing it was an overreaction. But I don't mind them having different graphics because it'd be easier. So this should work nicely. There we go. And we just need to change the direction. So direction, and we just need it to be the direction variable, wherever it is. Current tile. Let's see if that works. It should. So there'll be a nice block that looks like that there. And then we can just update it for all the rest of them. Oh, because I didn't add one. I did that last time. Because I didn't take away one. Because there's a one offset. Right, let's get going. Because this video is already too long. Right, the board. And let's hopefully move these across and then just edit each one repetitively. The good thing about all of this is when we do the different orientations and stuff, all of this code will work. So yes, it is boring doing it all. Ultra value X, yeah. The first time, it's actually only a matter of doing it once, which is nice. That's fine. Okay, so create object and other board 2, and drag this across. And actually, it might be easier if I double click on it and just rattle through them like this. And I just need to change that to a 2 on each of these. The algebra values will be important later on, so I might as well do them now while I'm here. So create object and then other board 3. Bring it up there because we'll move it ourselves, and this will be other board 3. Oh, and as I said previously, like there will be a point where I look through this code, mop it all up, and look at this and go, oh, hang on, there's a much easier way of doing it. It's really important just to get the thing running, and let's just run that. Moment of truth. So hopefully this will lay nicely. I can move it about, and there we go. And then you can fit them kind of in weird patterns as normal with Tetris. And this is definitely feeling more like Tetris, although it is frustrating not to be able to rotate them, because you totally wouldn't put a T-block like that. That is pretty darn good. Although watching them go down so slowly, I'm actually playing Tetris. Wow. I think it's going to be exciting to get the block removals. That's going to be a big thing. I think that will be Monday's video, because I think when you've got that, then you've got Tetris, and you're only after that are you just mopping up all the score level lines and next block showing down there and stuff. Because this is going to be frustrating here, because this ain't going to remove this. No, why haven't you removed it? It should be gone. Go away. Anyway, wicked. Well, I tell you what, I'm really happy that we've actually managed to succeed in this. This has been really, really wonderful. I think when I planned this out last week, I was like, oh yeah, we'll get to this point at the end of the first week, and that just shows my blind ambition for how much one is able to do in sort of short 10-20 minutes videos. But I'm really, really happy where we've got to. If you think that we've done well, you can write in the comments. If you think we've done disastrously, you can also write in the comments. And I'm looking forward to the next week, where we've got our final week of doing this. So whatever's not done next week won't be done. So pressure is on. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more from us, please click subscribe. We release videos every single weekday at 7 PM UK time. Thank you.